I'm in love with this. And I worry about fire a lot. And maybe part of it is living in an older home where I see things. In fact, I just called a plumber a couple days ago because under my kitchen sink, I was looking at the electrical outlets were exposed and there was a small leak under the sink. And I was thinking that's a major fire hazard. And I do have a special needs son, and I don't know that he would be able to use a fire extinguisher. Like, I probably should be training him on it to know whether he would be able to use it, but I haven't. And when I saw this, I thought, what a brilliant solution, because this is a foolproof way for anybody to be able to put out a fire when it happens. And you know, if you have ever been anywhere where there is a fire. I think of this time I was on 4th of July in Idaho with a family who lived in this big fancy house, and we went out to dinner and we came home and there was a fire on the barbecue. Evidently it had been burning outside when we were gone, and it caught a tree above it. And the way that it was burning, this would have put it out instantly. So this is a blanket that is 40 inches by 40 inches, and it is made of 100% fiberglass. And what it basically does is when you see a fire, actually what you do specifically is you pull these tabs down, it pulls the blanket out, and then you simply put it over the fire. It smothers the fire and puts it out instantly. And I love that from, number one, how easy it is to use. And like I said, with my special needs son, he could do that in a nanosecond. No problem. The fire extinguisher, it's heavy, it's awkward. There's so many issues with fire extinguishers in addition to that. Number one, we also had a kitchen fire one time where I was toasting pine nuts in the oven. Don't ever do that because it completely caught on fire. And we did use the fire extinguisher. I do have one in the kitchen, and we pulled it out and used it. And boy, what a mess that was. Such a disaster. And I was so nervous fumbling using it because you never use them. And so when you do, you don't really know how. So anyway, luckily that did save our house and we were able to put it out. But I would have given anything to have this because I wouldn't have to think about it. And there wouldn't be this big mess to clean up. And the whole fire would be put out instantly. So it's so brilliant in that sense. I also have an older mother who lives by herself, and she's 83 and not very capable. And I'm almost to the point where I'm not going to let her cook in the kitchen anymore because, or at least on the stove, I'm thinking about crock pots and things like that. But I worry about a fire. She could never, number one, find the fire extinguisher, but she certainly couldn't lift it. And I know she wouldn't be able to think of how to put out a fire with it. And so knowing that now I can give her this and have this in her apartment, in the kitchen, my thought is, one of the things I love is it's got the grommet here with the hole. One of the questions I have for you guys is, does it come with the hook? I've seen that it does, but I'm not sure whether the grommet package comes with the hook. Can you let me know about that? If not, if it doesn't come with it, you obviously can just get a little hook, because I love the idea that it is, you just hang it on the inside of a pantry door, on the inside of a cabinet door. I'm talking about the kitchen, but I would have one out by the grill as well. These are great if you are someone with a boat, if you do boating, to have this just in case of an emergency. If even in cars to have one, God forbid, if a car should go up in flame, that you could put this on top of that. Let's see. I love this product. Never worry about yes, I was going to get to that. Never worry about an expired fire extinguisher. That's something that I didn't know until I started researching this, that your fire extinguishers, I'm sure we've had ours for 15 years or more, but after 10 years, they're expired and they need to be replaced. And many of them, they say, should be inspected annually. So that whole hassle and wondering, is it time to replace? Is it not? Is it going to work when I really need it or not? This does not have an expiration. You can use this anytime. And not only would you use this to put on top of a fire that's happened, but you can actually lay this on top of a person. I always think, and so this was another question that I have for you guys, if I was worried that, maybe I took my mom to watch fireworks with me and she was close to where the kids were lighting them off and I was nervous that what if a spark flew and got her, could I lay this blanket on top of her to protect her before a fire happens? Or I saw that you could do that, but I wasn't sure if that meant as a preventative, or if it means if someone were to catch on fire, you could lay it over them. So I'm curious about that. And I did see, they did chime in and let us know that it does come with a hook, and you hang that with command strips. So you can use that in your home wherever you need them. Or like I said, maybe you have an RV or a boat or inside your car, but having one of these by your barbecue grill is a must. We do a lot of bonfires down at the beach where we do the s'mores and roasting hot dogs and things like that. And before we leave the beach, we need to put the fire out. And that's always kind of a little bit of an issue. We try to put sand on it, but it seems to still kind of come back. So to be able to bring this with you if you're doing an event like that and just kind of smother the fire very quickly and be done with no mess, and you have that peace of mind that the fire has been completely put out, is great. And I love the package that you guys put together for Grommet. So you're getting 5 of these. And at first I thought, well, that's a lot. Who really needs 5? But the more I think about it, I can easily think of 5 places that I would want to have this. So I love that. And when you look at the price with that Grommet discount, it's under $60. So you're looking at just over $10 each for that peace of mind that whoever it is that, God forbid, a fire should happen with, they can put it out and be safe very quickly. I just love this. I think it is an absolute must-have for every single household, and every boater, RV person, everybody should have one of these. So I'm so glad that Grommet brought them on. The other thing I love, I'm a big Austin, Texas fan, and they are out of Austin, Texas, because my son was a Longhorn. Many of you guys already know that. And this is a brother-sister team. And one of them I know is a disabled veteran. I think it's one of you, or maybe a family member, but that is the inspiration that has them creating these products that keep you protected and that you can rely on anytime to give you that peace of mind and that protection when you need it. And so I love that story and love that it's out of Texas. So let's support them. If you guys think this is a great idea, I'm curious if anybody has them, or if you're someone that currently has fire extinguishers or nothing. I would love to know, because I'm just curious about what kind of the norm is. Maybe this is something you all know about and all already have. I don't know. It never dawned on me, a fire blanket. I just think these are awesome. And when I'm thinking of my son getting his first apartment, which he's going to be moving into in a couple weeks, absolutely going to make sure that he's got a couple of these down there with him down at San Diego. And again, I'm going to teach my son about this, and it's just so easy. Like I said, you're just pulling these, the blanket comes out, you use it, you're done that quick.